So chapter 11 of 2 Blue Vortex just came out, and I have to be honest, I'm not a super fan of this chapter. Pretty much all the hype that was being built up from the previous chapters is pretty much gone. Jura versus Himawari was pretty underwhelming. I did like the visuals and her using a tail beast bomb, but other than that, I really didn't like the fight. Obviously, I wasn't expecting her to beat the main bad guy of this arc within the first few chapters of the story, but I would have liked a more dragged out fight. It didn't even bother me that Boruto swooped in and saved her, because honestly in that situation I couldn't think of many ways for them to get out of that situation. But admittedly, I was really hoping that Inojin wasn't going to make it, because usually when an anime character gets a hole through their chest, they're pretty much done. I'm not surprised that they didn't unalive Inojin, but I was really hoping they would, because it would have raised the stakes of this arc by a whole lot. The thing that I really don't like about this though, is that as long as Himawari's around, no one's in danger. Oh, half of your torso's gone? Just go see Himawari, she'll stitch you right up. Admittedly, Naruto had a similar ability towards the end of Shippuden, where even if a character was literally about to turn to dust like Might Guy, he was able to heal them. But the difference is that was the end of Naruto series, while this is just the beginning of the time skip. I'm just saying, as a writer, that's a dangerous power to introduce to your story so early on, because then you will have a situation where the audience is constantly asking, oh, why doesn't Himawari just come and heal them? Admittedly though, this is not the most frustrating thing from this chapter, but before I explain, don't forget to subscribe. I post a new Naruto video every week. Can't wait to see you guys there. Now back to the video. The most frustrating thing about this chapter is the fight between Hidari and Sarada. This is the fight I was most looking forward to, not just because we had a chance to possibly see Sarada's MS, but because the emotional impact of Sarada fighting a clone version of her father. The first thing we learn during this fight is that Hidari has no Sharingan, even though he is a clone of Sasuke. I kind of figured that he wouldn't have his Mangekyo Sharingan or his Rinnegan, but I didn't think he wouldn't have a Sharingan at all. Sarada dodging his Chidori is really not as impressive as we all thought it was. Like, it's like dodging a sniper shot from a blind man. Yeah, it could have taken you out, but like, the guy doesn't know what he's aiming at. Besides being able to use Chidori, is Hidari really that similar to Sasuke when it comes to movesets and power? Hidari is really not him. He's not the dude. He's really just Sasuke with even a bigger nerf. Now, I still like Hidari, but the second thing we find out during this fight is the thing that really frustrates me. Sarada is probably not as strong as we were hoping, unless her MS abilities are just crazy broken, which would bring into question why didn't she use them during the fight. It really feels like Kishimoto was building up these strong female characters these last couple chapters, and then he just has Boruto swoop in and save both of them. Again, I don't expect her to win against Hidari, but I do believe that she should be strong enough to figure out a way to get out of that situation by herself. With that all being said, I think Kishimoto is still cooking up something really interesting with these characters, and I think the time skip is still going to be good. It's just that this chapter in particular wasn't my favorite, especially compared to the hype of all the other chapters. Every chapter prior to this from the time skip has been a banger after banger after banger, leaving off on a cliffhanger, introducing something that's completely different and interesting, but this one kind of leaves off kind of like, oh, Boruto just saves everyone. Wow, how interesting. It might have been a mistake for Kishimoto to give Boruto Flying Raijin, because now Boruto can just be wherever he needs to be, which is good for Boruto, but maybe hurts kind of the storytelling, because now there's no stakes where a character's at, because Boruto can just be instantly there. It's not really that this chapter's really that bad, it's just, it feels like pre-time skip writing. You know, like in Boruto, where if Boruto was just there, you know, the problem's going to be solved. Like, I know he's the main character and that's kind of the point, but you know, Kishimoto has a bad habit of writing poor female characters, and I thought he was doing a better job in the time skip. But after this chapter, it's still true, he's doing a better job, but like him, Boruto saving two female characters in the same chapter, just, I don't know, it just kind of represents the problem, even though he's been doing a better job. Whoops, I showed off my arm hair. It's pretty bad. But anyways, I'll end it here. Comment down below what you guys thought of this chapter, and don't forget to subscribe. See y'all next time.